Now, despite what you might have heard online, you actually can have a great gaming PC on a budget. But what you definitely don't want to spend a load of money on is the case. Because while a good quality case can help with temperatures, it won't be the thing that really makes a difference to your PC performance when you compare it to the graphics card, processor or other components in your PC. And besides, there's loads of great budget cases out there now, like this Antec C3, so you won't actually have to compromise much, if at all, with a cheaper case. The limiting factor of a budget PC is the graphics card, CPU, and to a lesser extent the RAM. So we should do everything we can to maximise those, and not worry too much about the rest. The case is just one part that you want to limit your spend on when you're on a budget. I've got a few more to tell you, so stay with me to learn more about those, so that you can avoid wasting your money when you're gaming on a budget. One way to truly waste money when you're on a budget is to get like a really elaborate cooling setup. If you're on a budget, you do not need liquid cooling. On most 6-core CPUs, you'll be fine with the free box cooler that comes with it, or for a quieter system you get something like a $19 or $20 tower cooler, and that's going to be plenty enough. There's lots of obsession online about getting temperatures as low as possible. That's a load of guff. Unless your CPU is going over 85°C consistently, you're absolutely fine. It's not optimal, but on a budget, you're not making it optimal, you're making it good enough. You're maximizing your performance per dollar. Another thing that simply doesn't matter is a gold or platinum rated power supply. Sure, for the high-end stuff, a fancy power supply would be nice, absolutely, it's going to smooth things out. But the budget level, you're much better off saving that cash for something more important like the video card or the CPU. You just need something good enough. So not a cheap unknown brand, but something reasonably priced from a manufacturer that you've heard of, something like this Deepcool PK750D or a Be Quiet System Power 9. These are going to be absolutely fine. They're not gold rated, but you don't need that on a budget. The argument against this would be if you're sure that you're going to upgrade to really high-end stuff in the future. In that case, it might be worth going for a high power, high efficiency power supply, something really posh, because if you're going to upgrade over time and put something high-end in there, then great. But for most people, a cheaper power supply is going to be just fine, as long as you're not doing something stupid. Now, we've talked about saving money on various parts in order to be able to spend more on the graphics card, but actually, what about the graphics card? How can we save money there? Well, what you want to do is go with the law of the cheapest model. So for whatever graphics card chipset you want, just get the cheapest one available, as long as there aren't any known issues with it. I've used this approach many times and it's never let me down. They've always been fine. There is functionally very little difference between a premium priced Asus Strix model of a 4070 Ti Super and this Gigabyte Windforce one. To be honest, when you're using it in real life, you're not really going to notice the difference. There may be a couple of percentage points in it, but it just doesn't matter, especially when you're on a budget. People will tell you that they bought the fancy version for some very good reason or other, but in reality, they just liked the look of it and they wanted to justify their purchase by telling you about it. Now, actually, guys, there's nothing wrong with that. It's your money, but I'm just telling you that's what's happening here. So that's a few of the worst offenders right here. The principles can be applied to other parts as well. But we've missed a really crucial one we haven't talked about yet, new versus used. It's obvious that used gear is going to be cheaper than new, duh. This can be the difference though between having a lower spec new PC or a mid-spec used PC if you're willing to take the risk on used hardware. Some people might just want new for the peace of mind, for the warranty, for everything. You know what, guys, fair play. Just remember that technically you are going to get less for your money that way. Whether the peace of mind or the better performance per dollar is more important, that's simply down to you. Tell me your top money saving tips down in the comments and I'll catch you.